Next Generation Meteorologist Joe Shock here from YouTube and Patreon.com. Today, Saturday, August 21st, 2021, and it has been a long haul since Wednesday when I really began analyzing this threat to the northeastern part of the United States. Well, here we are, and we'll try to make today's video a little bit shorter, try to get more down to the details, hopefully. But anyway, here is Henri, now a hurricane at 75 miles per hour. Here is the warnings. It has been a long couple of days, been up since 3 in the morning dealing with this. Had a couple of naps, but anyway, any watches that are now warnings, I guess you could still consider, you're still watching this, but nevertheless, hurricane warnings in red, tropical storm warnings in blue. Here's where the storm is. This is the tropical storm force wind field in orange, and then the hurricane force wind field there in brown. And you can see the impact area. So this is going to be a big deal for many, many people in the Northeast. Here is the visible satellite with the lightning overlay, and this here off the Mid-Atlantic coast is what we like to call a predecessor rain event, where we have very heavy rainfall occurring with these thunderstorms, and that is making its way slowly northwestward into the Mid-Atlantic coast over the coming hours. Here is Henri looking better improved, as you can see in through here. I've been looking at this over the last couple hours. We might be seeing at some point an eye pop out. You can see where my mouse is there. That we definitely have some clearing in the center. And this is the best it's looked throughout this time. But again, lightning pretty prevalent on the east and south side of this thing. So this thing is continuing to wrap itself up. Looking at the mid-level water vapor energy, you can see here some synoptic features. Here is the big trough. Not developing, but continuing to be a very important feature over the Ohio Valley and the East Coast. Over here to the northeast is a large-scale upper ridge, and here is our hurricane, our tropical cyclone, feeling this digging of this trough, and the southerly flow within it drives it, and it is taking it off the north and northeast. Here we are at 500 millibars with the SPC mesoscale analysis. Same thing you can very quite nicely see as the time of this cooling at 17Z, 1 p.m. The trough, the wind barbs in the mid-levels, 18,000 feet roughly. There's our tropical cyclone, and it's feeling that flow. And this ridge contour right here, 588, you can see it right over here. This is the thing that is blocking this from heading out the sea. So it is in a perfect position to pivot its way back up to New England. Looking at the shear, which is improved with the system, here it is. We're looking at about 10 to 15 knots of shear, a little bit stronger shear off the north. Again, that's with that trough. But anyway, overall, this is in a relatively good shear environment. So that is going to lead to a little bit of strengthening over the next 24 hours or so, but nothing rapid or intense. So this probably gets to a 70. This probably is going to hold at 75 or get up to 80 miles an hour. But I'd say 80 miles an hour is the ceiling for our friend Henri here. And this has been a very, very interesting storm for us meteorologists to forecast, and really everyone to watch this unfold over the last week or so. European MJO, I'm just going to touch on this for a second. Phase 2 of the MJO and Phase 2, this is a really good correlation. We've been talking about this for months on end, how these things can correlate and produce a situation like we are seeing. Now, back to things that are more current in regards to Henri in the ocean. Look at these ocean temperature anomalies, several degrees Celsius above normal along the northeast coast, adding plenty of fuel for this system, again, over the next 18 to 24 hours. Actual ocean temperatures from 29 up to about 25 C right to the Long Island coastline, so that is certainly not going to be a problem in regards to fuel. Here's the ocean heat content values. Pretty efficient, up to about 37 to 38 north, so plenty of energy to work with. How deep down this 80-degree water goes in meters. You can see several meters, and then less meters as you get further north as the water cools. The JMA with the heavy rainfall along the east coast. The European 0Z tropical cyclone probabilities are obviously very clear. The 6Z ensemble looks like this for the track. The 6Z GEFS is a little bit further to the east and a little bit stronger, which is interesting. in its own way, and I think it's interesting because that this certainly it does show the potential of this thing ramping up as it continues to get a little bit further north, which we'll have to wait and see if indeed such an event happens. Now the storm surge from the National Hurricane Center, you can see what they're doing over here. 1 to 3 feet from southern part of New Jersey up to the New York area, up 2 to 4 south coast of Long Island, a huge area of 3 to 5 from Long Island Sound to Nantucket Sound, 2 to 4 on the northern part of the Cape, and now 1 to 3 feet of storm surge all the way up to my neighborhood. So that is pretty impressive. They extended this up the east coast of Massachusetts, and I don't know. I think that may be the far north they go. Maybe I don't know if they take it up to New Hampshire in future updates, but we'll have to wait and see. But certainly an impressive situation. It's also possible that these numbers go up to closer to 6 feet. I wouldn't rule that out just yet, but certainly an impressive storm surge potential here with the system. Besides that, we have another threat with heavy rainfall. You can see it with a very wet summer that we have had in the Northeast. Moderate, I think this is going to go to high risk later on in future updates. And you can see what they're doing here through Monday and the next couple of days here with the enhanced rainfall threat. But no, I forgot to put this on. The SPC does also have a marginal risk of severe weather in the southeastern part of New England. I'm just going to go over there and put it on as we're doing this video. Why not? Let's do the whole package. And anyway, again, here's a day 2 outlook. You can see the marginal risk that they have for a 2% tornado and actually 5% wind. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. And actually, pretty good probabilities. Maybe you get a slight risk popping in there tomorrow. But I do think they will have a tornado watch with these rain bands that rotate their way in. Going to be a pretty impressive shear vector associated with this, as you classically see with tropical cyclones. So again, there's the flood threat over the next couple of days. And finally, looking at the track, did I miss a graphic here? No, I do have it over here. Okay, but not, or finally, at least my track, you can see maintain as a hurricane right up until landfall tomorrow, a 75 category 1, and then weakening to a tropical storm, and then weakening even further tomorrow night into Monday over southern New England, then finally dissipating and turning out by Tuesday and Wednesday. But again, heavy rain, coastal flooding, inland flooding from that heavy rain, some wind damage, and some severe weather in regards to tornadoes. So that is the situation that I currently have on our system on Ray here. And then just focus locally in southern New England. Here are some of my wind gusts I have for the system tomorrow. Again, strongest winds focused right along where the core of this comes in. So that is it for now, and thank you for watching.